In the quiet hills of Kunu, a wise elder sits beneath a tree. A dove perches on his shoulder, unbothered by time's passing. He speaks rarely, but when he does, the wind pauses to listen. Nelson Mandela's patience was not passive. It was forged like steel in fire. Long before prison walls, Mandela learned patience tending cattle as a village boy. Each step taught timing. Every delay whispered silent truths about endurance. Years later, he stood in court, knowing truth needed time to bloom. His voice was steady, though injustice loomed large like an approaching storm. Robben Island became his crucible, where patience was hammered into quiet resilience. He watched seasons change behind bars, aging with the rhythm of waves. He gardened in prison, turning soil with the care of a monk's prayer. Each sprout became a symbol. Growth takes time, even in chains. When released, he did not rush. He walked with the weight of wisdom. Crowds roared, but inside him, silence reigned like a still mountain lake. He forgave not because it was easy, but because waiting taught him peace. Patience carved his soul like rivers shaping stone over centuries. The elder finishes his tale, and silence again settles like morning mist. The dove coos softly, as if echoing history's quiet applause. Patience, he says, is not waiting. It is trusting time to do its work. Greatness, like oak trees, rises slowly but stands centuries against the wind. Mandela's lesson whispers across generations. Strength lies not in force, but in patience. The world bends for those who wait with purpose in their hearts. So sit with patience today, and let Mandela's silence guide your storm. In stillness, greatness grows, rooted in time, watered by faith, reaching toward light. The elder's gaze lingered on the horizon, where time seemed to sleep. He had learned that stillness could carry more strength than speech. He once said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear." His voice carried like wind through dry grass, firm and gently persistent. He spoke of waiting as a river carves rock, quiet, steady, unstoppable. Patience, he said, is not weakness, but control over one's flame. In his long captivity, Mandela watered patience like a gardener tends dry seeds. He knew the bloom would come, but not when the earth demanded it. He recalled days in his cell, pacing slowly, each step a silent vow. Time became a companion, not a curse, walking beside him in chains. Outside the prison, the world moved fast, but he moved deeper within. He listened not to noise, but to the rhythm beneath his breath. Years passed like rivers in drought, slow but always moving, always reshaping. He waited not for rescue, but for readiness, his own and the world's. When freedom came, he stepped out not with vengeance, but with vision. The world expected fire, but he offered water, cool, clear, and enduring. He walked slowly, not from weakness, but from reverence for the moment. Each step honored the roots of struggle, watered by years of silence. He did not rush into power, but stood like a tree deep in soil. The winds of change blew, but his patience kept him rooted and calm. He taught that change blooms not from haste, but from harmony with time. In patience, there is power, steady, unwavering, rooted in understanding and grace. The dust of struggle clung to him, but he walked with calm grace. Patience was his armor, forged in years of silent resistance and inner clarity. He remembered the silence of the cell, where time taught without speaking. Each minute became a drop in the river that carved mountains from stone. In the stillness, he learned that waiting was not weakness, but wisdom. Patience was not passive. It was power restrained by choice and vision. He watched seasons shift through steel bars, each tree's bloom a silent teacher. From withered branches came blossoms, and from solitude strength unfolded. He was not waiting for freedom to arrive. He was becoming free within. Patience shaped him like water shapes stone, gently but with unwavering force. Then came the day the door opened, but he stepped out slowly, for patience had taught him, freedom is not a moment but a mindset. Freedom was no longer distant. It was carried in every measured breath he took. Yet the world outside was noisy, impatient, and hungry for haste. He saw leaders rushing, voices raised like thunder, but lacking the weight of rain. In their haste, they missed the roots and chased only the leaves. He chose not to shout, but to plant words like seeds in stillness. Where others ran, he walked, watering wisdom with silence and long vision. Some mocked his pace, calling it outdated, a relic of slower times. But he smiled, knowing rivers that carve valleys never roar. They persist in silence. Each step he took was a lesson, each pause a quiet revolution. In stillness, he built bridges stronger than those forged in haste and fire. Patience had not delayed his journey. It had deepened his path. Through it, Mandela taught that freedom without wisdom is a flame without direction. Mandela sat surrounded by silence, yet the storm inside refused to settle. The walls of his cell whispered doubts, but his eyes held patient fire. Each day repeated like a drumbeat, yet his resolve grew stronger within. He learned that waiting was not weakness, but a sharpening of the soul. In isolation, he found clarity, like stars visible only in the darkest skies. Patience became his compass, guiding him through the labyrinth of suffering. Others broke under silence, but he listened closely and heard its teachings. Through stillness, he gathered strength like roots drawing power from deep soil. Then came word of change, like a ripple breaking a long-stilled pond. The winds of history stirred, brushing against the bars of his cage. He walked into the world, not with vengeance, but with rooted grace. Every step reminded him that patience had rewritten the rhythm of time. Crowds cheered, but he remained still within, like a tree untouched by wind. His voice carried weight not from volume, but from years of waiting. He spoke of forgiveness, like a river choosing to flow instead of flood. Patience had planted peace where bitterness once threatened to grow wild. world watched him, wondering how pain could birth such patient strength. He had become a mirror, showing others their own capacity to endure. In patience, he had not waited idly. He had prepared the soul for dawn. Like seeds under frost, his hope bloomed quietly in its proper season. He taught us that patience is not passive. It is fiercely deliberate. It is the choice to breathe, wait, and still believe when others falter. Mandela's patience wasn't silence. It was a symphony composed over quiet years, and through it, he showed us how stillness can change the course of history. The elder watches the horizon, his silence echoing centuries of endurance. He knows storms pass, but the roots of patience grow deeper each time. Mandela's life reminds us, true change requires waiting through lifetimes of resistance. The elder breathes deeply, as if inhaling the wisdom of generations past. Patience is not passive. It is the quiet strength behind every lasting victory. Like Mandela, the elder waits not in weakness, but in unshakable purpose. In solitude, Mandela found power. In silence, he discovered his voice. The elder walks a narrow path, each step a testament to inner clarity. Patience is forged where comfort ends and conviction begins. The elder pauses by a river, reflecting on time's steady flow. Like a sculptor with stone, Mandela shaped change with pressure and time. The elder lifts a smooth stone, considering its weight and story. Every delay carried Mandela closer to destiny, not further. The elder walks onward, unhurried and whole. Mandela taught that time is not an enemy, but a patient teacher. The elder smiles, as if remembering a lesson learned long ago. In patience, we discover ourselves. In waiting, we shape the world anew. The elder sits again beneath the acacia, grounded like a mountain. Patience is our companion, not our cage. Mandela lived this truth, step by step. The elder closes his eyes, listening to the stillness between each heartbeat. Mandela's patience wasn't waiting, it was preparing. The elder opens his eyes, bright with understanding. So be patient, like Mandela, and rise with time, not against it. The elder smiles, and the dove takes flight into the light of a new day.